welcome to World War G, Ogden, Utah's #1 longest running podcast. I'm Troy.
I'm AJ.
Friends, this is a podcast. That's Latin for as is. We record it, slap some stolen music on it, and then up to the web it goes.
Okay, we got a super packed episode.
Oh, yeah, it's bursting at the seams.
Yeah, because we missed last week, so got a bunch of stuff to talk about. So let's just get into it with, how does it taste?
How does that taste? How does that taste? How does it taste?
So this time, this taste test comes from me.
Yes.
This was just kind of a... What do you call that? What do you call it?
Random happenstance?
Impulse buy.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. After I had completed work, was it last night? Yeah. I stopped at a gas station, found these, like, all right, let's check these out.
Let's check them out. You were saying before the podcast that we can pretty much count on Mountain Dew, Oreos, or Kit Kat to offer up a new flavor.
Yep. They always have new things we can taste.
Oh, yeah.
So this time we got Mountain Dew Baja Gold and Mountain Dew Baja Mango Gem.
I do have high hopes for this Mango Gem. I'm kind of curious how it tastes.
Now you're saying that you're pretty sure how this pineapple one is going to go.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So we'll try this one first.
Mixed between Mountain Dew and pineapple. I've had pineapple soda before. Have you?
Yes.
I feel like these guys, they're venturing into more of like the Iron Brew or these other like flavor. Like they're stealing flavors from like other countries.
Right.
That's what I don't know. That's where I think they're getting their inspiration from.
Iron Brew. Iron Brew.
There we go.
Get that when I go get my fish and chips at Little Taste of Britain. Hang on, I'll put that back on.
It does smell really good.
Smells pineapple-y. Alright.
Oh, there's definitely pineapple.
Yeah. Pineapple is one of those flavors where it's hit or miss. Either it's going to taste like it or it's not going to taste anything like it, and it's going to ruin whatever you just put it in.
Yeah.
But that actually tastes
a
lot like it.
Yeah, I really like it, though, too.
This is good.
Yeah. No, it's like... And it's nice because you get the pineapple hit at first, and then you get kind of the Mountain Dew aftertaste.
Mountain Dew, yep.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah, that's refreshing. That's good. I really like that. I had to go back and get some more.
What is that one? Is it Fanta that puts out the pineapple one?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it kind of tastes like. A mix between that and like as if they melted down some pineapple Jello.
Okay, yeah.
Mixed with Mountain Dew.
Fair enough. So this is the Mango Gem. My COVID senses may ruin this one. Just smelling it. I get it smells a little like mango, then I get the weird
something after
COVID thing that I have.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yep, this is being ruined for me. You're gonna have to tell me what this is.
It's like sweeter, a little bit of mango, but it almost tastes like it has like passion fruit or something else. Like it's not straight up just mango mixed with Mountain Dew.
Okay, I'm getting a little bit. It is very melony.
Yes, yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Kind of like lays heavier on the tongue. That's weird description, but it does.
It does.
Yeah.
It's a bit harsher than the pineapple one was.
Right. Where that one was like lighter, this one's like much harsher, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like they're going this kind of like generic melon. Like it's not really, like you were saying, it's not really mango.
Mm-hmm.
It's just this is kind of what a melon tastes like. Let's just make that into a drink.
Yeah. And I'm not getting much Mountain Dew flavor at all.
Mm-mm.
No, like not at all. At least with the pineapple, you could like distinguish the two. You know, this kind of gets all muddled together.
Pineapple one is infinitely better.
Oh yeah. Out of 5 mangoes, I would probably be at like maybe For the Mountain Dew side of things, they did not nail it at all. I'm like a 1.5.
I was gonna say they didn't really nail the mango either.
No, not really.
So I'm like, I was thinking 1.5 too.
Yeah, and then as far as like out of 5 pineapples for the other, it's hard not to give it like a 4. Like
I know.
a solid, yeah, it's a pretty good one.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made sure to put these in my mini fridge last night, so they were nice and cold.
Oh, there was that. That definitely helps.
Yes, but yeah,
Changes the flavors.
it's super pineapple-y and it's refreshing, but you still get the Mountain Dew flavor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So out of the two, we recommend the Baja Gold.
Yes.
Definitely go pick that up.
Which kind of sucks, like because Mountain Dew is notorious for dropping flavors that everybody loves.
Right, they are.
Ooh, that's a lot of bubbles. Yeah, so they might bring it back like every once in a while and just kind of like tease you with it, and then oh yeah, do you remember that one pineapple one they had like a while? Yeah.
Like what's one they keep bringing
Voltage.
back? Voltage, Pitch Black.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hanging around.
Code Red.
I was gonna, they're actually hanging around with the Code Red.
They are, yeah.
Yeah, that's like one that they're keeping in stores, which is it's fine.
Yeah.
It's never been my favorite.
No, not at all. But this one's up there.
That pineapple one is really good.
Yeah.
Really good. And like I said, I like pineapple as a flavor, and so I like to get things that taste like pineapple, but it's so hit and miss.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
It's like sometimes there's nothing better than just like biting into a nice fresh pineapple, you know?
Got 3 in my fridge right now.
Do you?
Yeah, I'll take them and I'll slice them pretty thin and throw them in the dehydrator, and they're delicious.
Pineapple chips?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, get yourself a cold can of like pineapples. Pour it out, just eat it with a fork.
Do you ever mix it with like cottage
stuff.
cheese?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, it's delicious.
I'm not going to sully my pineapple with cottage cheese.
Oh, it's got that salty, sweet combo. It's delicious. I also do, hot take, I also like pineapple on the pizza sometimes. Like, I don't go out of my way. That wouldn't be my first choice or something, but if it was there, I'll have a slice. I like the Canadian bacon. It's pretty salty and delicious.
I've had Hawaiian pizza, but that's just because I'm at like a party or something, and that's the only pizza there, and I'm hungry, so I'm like,
okay, because what would happen back in the day when you go to these parties, especially around here in Utah, we have a lot of Papa Murphy's.
We do.
And you'll throw in a pizza or something, and then they pull it out and cut it up into like thinner, like smaller slices, especially at like a party. They just slice it up and like set it out there, and while you throw in another one, while you're cooking that one, that one's getting served. So you kind of have to eat what's there.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. But it's just something about hot pineapple. I'm just not a fan of hot pineapple. I'm not a fan of hot fruit, to be honest.
Peaches, pears, apples, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those kind of pies. Cobblers or something.
Yeah, no. Hot or warm temperature fruit. I'm not about that. Like when people have like a bowl of just like apples and oranges on the table for people to eat, I'm like, no. I don't want a room temperature mealy apple.
Really?
No.
Oh, I prefer it better than like a frozen cold apple.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I gotta have my cold apples.
Except for Fiji or like the granny ones, those ones are pretty nice because they're really crisp already. So then it's even crisper with the coldness.
What's your favorite apple?
Probably I do like a good Fiji.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's pretty good. I'm not a huge fan. What are the red ones that like almost have like a butt at the bottom?
Red Delicious?
Are they?
It's just like the classic apple.
Yeah, like
classic red.
But it doesn't look like an apple anymore. It's gone bizarre. They've like mutated that thing. No, like it's like big ass like up at the top or whatever, and then it tears down and it kind of has like little bumps, like a Mountain Dew container.
Yeah, you're right.
It's weird looking. I'm like, that's not what I think of when I think of an apple. I think of a round fruit.
That's right.
Yeah.
Apples have been kind of mutated.
They have.
Somebody's playing God with apples.
And I do not like it. Although I am a huge fan of the seedless watermelons.
Sure.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But playing God with our apples, no.
Don't play God with our apples. I've always been a Granny Smith apple fan myself.
Really?
I like that sour tartness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a full-on green apple, but like you kind of bring it back a little bit with the Granny. Yeah.
Whichever one is like super sour whether that's the green apple or the Granny Smith.
Green is super sour.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Because I like the sour apple.
Ugh.
That's just because I like sour things.
Right, yeah.
I enjoy that.
Those sour candies, the sour apple candies with the caramel on it, they're delicious. Those are like one of my favorite Halloween candies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when you can turn it into a retainer.
Right.
Put it on the roof of your tongue and just kind of molds there. Yeah.
All right. Let's move on from fruit talk to today in Geek History.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane!
Today in Geek History.
Today, the 3rd of July, in 1775,
It's my brother's birthday, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday. In 1775, George Washington officially assumed command of the Continental Army during the American Revolution, several weeks after being appointed to the post. So he had to it seems weird now to see some of these like a former president or something as if he was like a commander over an army as well, kind of a deal. Like
Yeah.
They did a lot of like more multi-purpose, multifaceted before it like got delegated.
Yeah, back in the day, that kind of used to be the thing.
Yeah,
like we had a lot of military leaders that ended up being president.
If he was like a good military leader, then it made sense that he would make a good president. I guess is what
I think the last
thinking.
one was Eisenhower, because he was a general in World War II, and he became president. Or was it one? I don't know. Anyway, I think that was the last guy that had like a solid military service and then became president.
Yeah, not necessarily served and then became president.
Right.
But yeah.
But was like, a commander, like a general or colonel. Yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah, I can't think of anybody else. No. In 1962, Jackie Robinson became the first African American to be inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame.
Nice.
Also in 62, Tom Cruise was born.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Tom Cruise. I guess.
Top Gun's doing pretty good things right now.
You crazy bastard.
Yeah.
No, holy crap. Top Gun, didn't it reach $1 billion?
Yeah. It reached it so damn fast. It was ridiculous.
Jesus.
Well, okay, but
that's Marvel money right there.
It honestly is. Like, it's pretty impressive. Like, and I get that it's a Tom Cruise money, and yeah, that's going to bring in money, and it's got that nostalgia factor.
Sure.
But I didn't realize how much of a nostalgia factor it had, because that first Top Gun is like, it's shit.
It's trash.
No, it's not that great.
It is not.
But this one, they got like the stars aligned or something, because it like worked out perfectly. Because there was another movie that was in theaters that people didn't really flock to that was like supposed to bring in the nostalgia factor. It was, what was the other one that was in theaters? Just like, Jurassic
World. It did
Jurassic
well.
World. Yeah, but it didn't put up like,
No, it didn't put up Top Gun numbers.
No. But it also tried to pull at our heartstring nostalgia strings, right?
And I have to say, I saw both, and Top Gun is the better film.
Yeah.
It just is. Yeah. But I didn't think it was $1 billion movie, but hell do I know.
So, July 3rd, 1969, just weeks after being fired from the rock band The Rolling Stones, British musician Brian Jones was found dead in his swimming pool.
There's a conspiracy around that.
Oh, yeah?
I'm surprised you don't know this.
Do tell.
The circumstances of his death were very odd.
Mm-hmm.
And
color me intrigued.
And the fact that he had just left the band.
Right.
Like, I think there was something there where the rumors was he had inside information about the band, like there's some secrets or something, or he had someone on the manager or something like that. It's vague, but it was something like that.
Yeah.
Like he had some sort of information. At least that was the rumor. And then a couple weeks later, after he left the band, he ended up dead.
Uh-huh.
So it's a little
dead men tell no tales.
Exactly.
Kind of a deal.
Dead men don't play rock and roll.
Exactly. That's the new thing.
It's the name of my album coming out. Hope y'all pick it up.
That'd be a good name.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's a solid name right there. Yeah. 1971, Jim Morrison, who was a member of the psychedelic rock band
The Doors.
died at age 27 in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
This his official cause of death was heart failure. Another person dying at the age of 27.
Yeah, part of that 27 club.
Yeah.
His body's still over there, too.
Really?
His body's
In
still
Paris?
over in Paris, yeah.
They just buried him there in a cemetery?
Yeah. I think his family has tried to bring his body back here, but for some reason there's some sort of legality. They can't get it over here. So, yeah. It's in a cemetery in Paris.
Huh. Which is weird because, like, were they that huge in the Paris?
Well, no, and that's the thing. He was only over there for, like, a vacation.
Yeah.
And he ended up dying.
Uh-huh.
So it's not like he was living there.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's a weird situation.
Bring Jim's body home.
Yeah. Bring Jim home. That's going to be my new cause. I'm going to make a petition on moveon.org. Bring Jim Morrison's body back.
I'm sure if we got enough people...
There's plenty of hippies out there that would love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. 1976. Let's see. Man, this is really like a music-themed kind of a thing here. Okay.
I'm into it.
1976, British punk rock band The Clash gave their first public performance opening for the Sex Pistols in a pub in London.
Wow.
Right?
The Clash and the Sex Pistols.
In just a random-ass pub in like over in England.
That'd be one hell of a show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And last but not least, in 1985, Back to the Future star Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly was released in American theaters. So Back to the Future. Yeah, today.
Classic.
Yeah.
Such a good film.
It really is. Which sparked two more.
Mm-hmm.
Which I love how 2 and 3 were both filmed like at the same time.
Yeah.
It
was one of the first movies to ever do that.
Yeah.
Now people do it all the time, but back then that was kind of unheard of.
Right. Like, it almost feels like back in the day it would be like, oh, whoa, are you getting ahead of yourself? Well,
Right.
You think you're that good, or you've really got something here? Yeah, because most of them, they have to like wait until they get greenlit. It's like, wow, this did like so well. We need to have another one, you know?
Yep.
Which I think they'll probably do with like Top Gun. Not to go back to Tom Cruise, but because it did so well, you know, but like... It would be them thinking that they'd already had a hit on their hands and already filming another one. I'm like, we were just sitting on this one.
Right.
You're not Marvel.
Yeah.
You can't do that kind of stuff.
Exactly, Tom.
Yeah.
You're not Marvel.
Get out of here.
So, I would say, going back to the Future.
Yes.
Going back to the Future. I would say it's a perfect film, right?
It really... Yeah.
I mean, there are a few perfect films, but I'd say Back to the Future would be one of those.
You seen those things on TikTok where they're like, it's a 10, but...
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's a but.
Like Straw Hat Goofy does a lot of that. Well, he does... The whole thing is centered around... His mom wants to fuck him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, how would she know that, you know, this guy that just... This good-looking kid that just strolled into town is her future son.
Right.
Like, that's a ridiculous concept.
Yeah.
But he's like, oh, he's a good-looking guy. Oh, fuck him.
He just happens to be here, you know, in my bedroom.
Because Lorraine was super horny.
Yeah.
Which I remember being very uncomfortable with as a kid. Watching that. Yeah.
That part?
Well, just her in general, because she was just horny.
Yeah. She would not leave him alone.
And the whole climax of the film does kind of predicate on him kind of taking advantage of her in the car, and then Biff gets a little rapey. Yeah. Still, perfect film. Yeah.
It's definitely up there for sure. It's a great one.
All right. Let's get to Everybody Loves the List.
A list.
So I thought this would be kind of interesting. I found this on Mental Floss. Disney's 10 scariest films. Now, this article was written back in 2019, so maybe it could be updated now, but we all know that Disney is all about family and everything, but they do have a few that are...
They have a darker side.
They do.
Yeah.
They're kind of dark. So, number 1. Why are we starting number 1? Hang on, let me go down to 10.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's odd. All right, hang on.
Why did they tell you the best one?
Number 10.
Yes.
Hocus Pocus from 1993.
Ooh, which did you see that they're doing? Like they got the trailer?
I saw the teaser.
Yeah.
They look old.
But it looks awesome.
Oh, yeah.
It does look pretty cool. Wow.
And what's her face? Kathy Najimy. She lost a lot of weight.
Oh, yeah.
She looks good.
Mm-hmm.
But would you say that it's scary? I mean, they were hanged in the beginning.
Yeah.
I guess there are some dark moments.
Right.
And
they doing like black magic.
Yeah, witchcraft. Yeah.
Devil, Satanish
Okay,
stuff.
That's fair. Number 9, The Black Cauldron from 1985.
Okay.
An animated film of theirs I have never seen.
Really? Oh, wow.
I've never seen The Black Cauldron. Okay. But from those that have seen it, I'm told that it is kind of a disturbing film.
Huh.
Number 8, oddly enough, Fantasia from 1940.
I do hear it's best watched with psychedelics or other, like.
But I think what they're talking about is the Night on Bald Mountain segment.
Yeah.
With the big demon.
With the demons, all the other demons swinging around.
Yeah.
Wasn't all that, like, scary, I guess.
I'm actually going through and rewatching all of Disney's animated films.
Yes.
So I watched Snow White and Pinocchio.
Okay.
And I saw the next one was Fantasia. I've yet to watch it.
That's where you stopped.
I'm like, ugh.
All right.
Okay. Like, I gotta be in the mood for that.
Yeah.
So that was number 8. Number 7, The Skeleton Dance from 1929. Spooky and cute, why not both? The 1929 short, The Skeleton Dance, threads the needle deftly with its depiction of a quartet of skeletons dancing around a graveyard, maintaining the goofy tone that marks most of the early Disney shorts while still providing an ample dose of the shivers.
See, I feel like that one, like these other ones that you've already listed off, are scarier than that one. That should be number 10. If it's going to be even on the list.
Yeah.
With like a skeleton playing... on the bones of a couple other ones, hitting them on the heads.
Drawn by Ub Iwerks, music by Carl
I thought it was
Stalling.
Fantastic. I enjoy it.
I'm looking at it now. I think the reason that people might think it's kind of creepy is 1, it's in black and white.
Yeah.
2, it's that old animation style that's creepy anyway.
Yeah.
And then 3, there's skeletons and stuff. So
I guess if I was in like a dark room and I started hearing like dark noises and weird noises and stuff, and then all of a sudden on an old projection screen that started playing.
Sure. Just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It
would be kind of like Bendy and the Ink Machine, that kind of a dark.
Right. So it's scary in the right circumstances.
Yes.
Okay. Number 6. I just talked about this. Pinocchio.
Yeah. That one's pretty damn dark.
It's kind of a disturbing film.
It really is. Like they try to make it a little bit lighter in Disneyland on the ride, but it's still pretty damn dark.
It is.
Like, and the movie itself is, especially when he gets turned into like a donkey.
The donkey, yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing of nightmares. That's terrifying.
And I think the kid like cries out for his mom while he's being transformed. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, Witches is made by Disney, right?
Witches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that better be on the list, because getting transformed into another creature or something, that's terrifying.
Well, everybody laughs at you while it's happening.
Yeah.
Speaking of witches. Number 5, The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. So, obviously you got The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Right.
Which is kind of a scary story. But in Mr. Toad, doesn't he go to hell?
He does. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. I get it. I get it. And my brother and I were having this conversation recently that we don't think that when Disney started doing these animated films that he was marketing them necessarily to kids.
No.
Like, I think it was more like for families, not necessarily just for kids, because
Right.
some of these are really disturbing.
Yeah. Like they try to like put a positive, funny, cute spin on it, but no, it was for everybody. It just happened to be animated.
Yeah. And then, like, what was I going to say? Shoot, now I just forgot. Oh, Looney Tunes. They had a bunch of, like, adult humor in there, and they're talking about, you know, the stars of the day and the political figures of the 1940s. Like, no kid
there's
is
a lot
going to
of
understand that.
political satire in the mix. Yeah.
No kid's going to know who that. Even in the 40s, no kid's going to know who that is. Yeah.
Yeah. I would completely agree with that.
Number 4, The Watcher in the Woods from 1980.
Ooh, yes. Watched that one. My grandma, she had recorded it on VHS, and we all like watched it, and it's pretty creepy. It's.
Do you know Jeff Brady? You know who that is? He went to school with us.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Above my grade.
Yeah, he was in my grade.
Okay.
The one and only time I was ever invited to like a party, which now is really depressing. I didn't care then, but now pretty depressing. I went over there. It was a birthday party, and all the class was there, and that was playing.
Really?
And I remember being kind of the only one who just kind of sat there and watched it. Everybody else was doing party stuff. I just sat there and watched the film.
They're like, you're missing the best part as you're like eating the popcorn and stuff.
Yeah.
They're
Like, guys, shut up!
Stop making out. Stop playing. Like spin the bottle in 7 minutes in heaven.
Can't hear anything.
Shut up.
No wonder I wasn't invited to parties.
Yeah, I was just enjoying this. You guys got any more pepperoni pizza or pineapple pizza?
Yeah. Number 3, Mr. Boogedy from 1986.
Okay.
This is the first time I'm hearing of this.
Yeah.
I have no idea what this is.
Boogedy, is he
Made for TV? Well, there you go. 80s movie about a gag gift salesman and his family. Doesn't scream terror, but Mr. Boogedy defies the odds of have some legitimately creepy moments. Granted, it's not a subtle film. A family moves into a dilapidated mansion in a town called Lucifer Falls.
Oh, geez.
Shouldn't really expect to have any easy going of things. The mansion, believe it or not, is haunted by not 1 but 3 spirits.
He looks pretty gnarly.
Oh, okay. Oh, that guy looks familiar.
Really?
I've seen that guy.
Yeah. With like the...
Yeah, it might have been one of those that they play on the Disney Channel around the Halloween time occasionally. Yeah, Mr. Boogedy, who back in colonial times sold his soul to Satan for a cloak that gives him magical powers. It's Mr. Boogedy's character design that gives the movie its biggest ick factor. Well, there you go. And I always thought if Satan came to me, that's assuming he's real, and he came to me and was like, if you'll give me your soul, I'll do blank, blank, and blank for you. Like, I'm pretty sure I'd go, yeah, okay. All right. Like, if you give me your eternal soul for the rest of your life, you'll be this amazing, like, ultra-talented voice actor, you know, super famous.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Deal.
Like, I don't even think I'd have to think about it that much.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, like, today I'm really hungry. I might sell my soul for like McDonald's Happy Meal.
Yeah, I'd sell my soul for a sandwich. Here you go. Like, okay, thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Satan. Thanks, Lucifer, for the sandwich. Totally worth it. And then number 1, Return to Oz, 1985. The Witches isn't on here.
What the hell? That was terrifying.
Yep.
I thought that was like, creepy. Ugh. I'm really also surprised that like what is it? What is his name? Damn it. Ernest, Scared Stupid. Didn't make the cut.
That's not a scary film.
Uh,
One, it's not Disney. Two, it's not that scary. Is it scary? Were you scared of it
as a child,
back in the day?
back in the day, yeah. I'm trying to think of any of the other ones. Ratigan was pretty terrifying back in the day.
Okay. Trying to think.
Troy's like, he has no soul, so he doesn't get scared much.
True. Especially not like cartoons or anything like that.
There's not a cartoon that scares you,
Not really.
especially not made by Disney.
Right, exactly. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Ernest Scared Stupid, huh? That's
Yeah.
interesting.
that was
Okay.
Not now.
Sure.
I think it's hilarious. But he had a little wormy tentacle creature.
Yeah.
Especially when he's mutating and becoming like ginormous.
Yeah. When he became essentially Super Shredder.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like kidnapping children and turning them into little wooden dolls.
Right.
Like that was...
Yeah.
That could be pretty disturbing.
I need to go back and rewatch like Watcher in the Woods and watch these other ones that like I haven't seen on the list.
Have you ever seen Return to Oz?
I don't believe so.
It's kind of a creepy film.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I think it was Dorothy that goes back. Yeah, Dorothy is saved from her one flew over the cuckoo's nest fate and whisked off to Oz again. Now she finds that the Gnome King and Princess Mumbai.
It looks really familiar. I'm sure I've seen parts of it, but I don't know.
They've destroyed the Emerald City and turned most of its inhabitants into stone.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, it's kind of a creepy film. Yeah.
That creature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty damn gnarly. Even like the people that are supposed to be helping her, like the Tin Man and the Scarecrow and stuff, they don't look that appealing. They look pretty gnarly.
Yeah. That's another one I need to watch again. I think maybe I've seen it. Oh, yeah. Hold their own head. I think maybe I've seen it once, maybe twice. Like, I think it was one we watched in a classroom.
Right. As you kind of like broke it down and analyzed it.
Well, no, it was one that...
Oh, at the end of the year?
Like, summer was coming and the teacher essentially given up. And like, whatever. Watch this movie.
Yeah.
Shut up. I'm going to sneak shots of whiskey while y'all aren't looking.
I'm pretty sure a couple of my teachers were drunk at one point.
Like, yeah, they had to.
In high school, I'm like, they seem too like happy or depressed to like not to have snuck like a little alcohol, especially towards the end of the year. You could get away with anything.
Yeah.
I had a teacher that drank a lot of Mountain Dew. Like it would have been pretty easy. You know. Man, okay, I need to go back and watch these.
All right, but for now, let's head to This Week in Geek. This Week in Geek.
One more time.
This Week in Geek.
This weekend.
Geek.
So, Morbius not only flopped once, but it flopped twice. They had initially released it and in theaters, and then like everybody had made fun of it, poked fun at it. You know, there were so many memes about Morbius and how trashy it was, and there was nothing like really cool about it. But they thought because it was such a big meme, they would release it again in theaters.
Like, oh, haha, we're in on the joke, guys.
They've done that with a couple other films as well. Like, re-released it just because everybody thought it was like, you know, there was like a hype around it.
Yeah.
So they thought they would do that. It didn't work. But Morbius might finally have had some success on VUDU. If not at first you don't succeed, try again. Eventually, you might find an audience. At least that's what it appears to have happened for Morbius. According to this report, it looks like they have found... Fandango is saying that they acquired... Fandango acquired VUDU back in 2020. and the company is saying that Morbius was the #1 title in terms of revenue on VUDU for the week of June 13th, 2022.
Oh, interesting.
You could have rented it for $5.99 or purchased it for $19.99. While Morbius was #1 at the box office for its first weekend, its second weekend saw a drop of 74%.
Right.
That's the worst second week for a big budget superhero film ever. Yeah, and it was continuing to slide after that. It just kept dropping. And then it bombed again its second time. But yeah, of course, like it had one good week on VUDU though.
That's interesting.
Right?
I wonder if it was like people just like curious.
Mm-hmm.
Just like morbid curiosity.
Well, I feel
Or
like
Morbius curiosity.
I feel like you'd also have to kind of watch it to get the direction that Sony's going with their universe that they're building, right? It's kind of like the Eternals as far as Marvel goes. It's one of those ones you have to. Still haven't watched it yet, but it's one that you should watch in order to get the whole picture, right? And there is like an end credit scenes that I hear kind of helps connect a couple of things.
Yeah, kinda. Morbius is one that just should have been released online on streaming.
Yeah, just direct to streaming.
Yeah, never should have gone to theaters.
I feel like it would have probably had more success had they been purchased by like Paramount or by Netflix or Hulu or somebody. You know, it would have done well, I think, on HBO Max.
I think so too.
Right?
I think that would have been a good place for it.
Nobody would have really cared, or they would have like sat down and watched it and been like, Plus, if you're, I don't feel like it would have got the attention or the memeage when it comes to this film had it not been like where it was released in theaters. Everybody's talking about it. Had it been not released on a streaming service, not as many people would have been joking about it.
Right.
And it would have made some money. They would have made their money back at least, and then it would have been that.
Yeah, I agree. I think if they would have turned up the violence and the blood, made it kind of like a Blade type of a thing.
Well, it was supposed to initially. I remember them talking about it that it was going to be R, and I'm not sure why it got watered down.
Yeah, I don't know either. There's even this point, and you see in the trailer where he's on the cargo ship, and he goes past this guy like at super speed and like cuts his throat, and you literally hear blood pouring out, but you don't see anything.
Oh wow!
It's like
what the
what? Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, I'm ashamed that I actually saw that in the theater.
It was for the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Your heart was in the right place.
And it's not that it's a horrible movie. Like, there are worse movies than this.
Right.
You know? It's just...
As far as because we've seen how a superhero film could be done and can be done.
Like, if this had come out in, 98, 99, people would have loved it.
Right.
But in the world of now, Endgame and...
Even Spider-Man, in the whole Sony universe, right?
Like, in Venom and, nobody cares.
Right. Yeah. And...
As soon as they announced Morbius, I was like, really?
Yeah, and then
Morbius?
Jared Leto to play him.
Like, okay. Okay. Sure, I guess. Yeah. If that was released in 98, those emo kids that were listening to, Red Jumpsuit Apparatus and those type of bands, they would have loved this movie.
It would have done well, but not today.
All right. If there's two stories I'll always share is if I get any news about some sort of fossil or any news about the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that's a pretty safe bet.
Well, this week I found out that the spirit of the beloved 80s animated series is returning in new comic book adventures. Saturday Morning Adventures will try to capture the aesthetic of the series that debuted in 1987, featuring, quote, awesomely absurd concepts like the Turtles getting trapped in a VR simulator, or one of General Krang's stalwart stone soldiers abandoning their post in pursuit of hair metal superstardom. That cartoon was bananas. The new series comes on the heels of the recent completion of the IDW's TMNT, The Last Ronin limited series, on the opposite end of the aesthetic spectrum. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
That was a mature reader's look at the Last Turtle story featuring the deaths of all four brothers. So now they're going in the opposite direction and more light, kid-friendly comic book about the 87 Turtles.
Yeah. Is this going to get you to continue to be reading comics?
Hell yeah!
Right?
I'm going to buy the shit out of this comic.
Have you already finished Last Ronin?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It was good.
You'll definitely need to give a full review on it, though.
Dark and gritty and creepy. I finished it like 4 or 5 weeks ago. I wonder why I haven't talked about it yet. No, I actually bought several comics just the other day.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Anything good?
Well, I can show you.
All right.
I got...
Troy walks away. He's going to go find his collection. He's got a stack of them.
Yeah, I bought 4. So the first one I got was The Amazing Spider-Man. I guess they've restarted. It's number 1.
Yeah.
Which was okay. I mean, it's going back to its roots. Spider-Man's been all over the place lately, but it's going back to its roots. Peter Parker's down on his luck. Everybody hates him. MJ's married to another guy and has kids, and yeah.
Oh, geez.
The Rocketeer, number 3.
Oh, wow. Have you got the other 2?
I didn't know it was out.
Yeah.
That one was kind of boring, though.
Really?
A little boring.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Because it's celebrating 40 years.
Yeah. So I thought...
Get back into it. It looks like a cool cover.
It is.
It's like
over
in Paris.
The art is kind of cool, too, because it almost feels like it's a throwback to, like, 1940s comic book art.
Yeah.
But, that issue itself is...
A dame is tied to the train tracks, and he's got that old gun.
Yeah, but it was a little boring. There's a lot of talking, not a lot of rocketeering in that one.
And you'd think by episode 3, right? You'd be flying around doing something.
You'd think. Wolverine. Just a random Wolverine comic and
that's awesome.
Ongoing story. There actually is a cool part in that. He and Deadpool are locked in this cell. And in order to get out, the cell release mechanism is like on the other side of the room. So in order to get out, Wolverine cuts Deadpool in half.
Yeah.
And throws his torso over so he can crawl over and release the cell. That was pretty good, I gotta say.
So, who's this third person in this Mexican standoff?
That's Maverick.
Maverick?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
One of my favorite X-Men characters. Doesn't get a whole lot of play, but I really like that character.
What's his origin?
He was basically part of Weapon X as well with Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
I have the action figure of him. He's in there somewhere, but yeah, he's always been a favorite of mine. And then next, we got this limited series, the Jurassic League.
Oh, man.
It's the Justice League if they were dinosaurs.
Really? Oh, my hell. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Wonder Woman's Triceratops.
Yeah.
Batman, I think he's a T-Rex. I'm not sure. And then Superman, I don't know what they're doing with Superman. I don't know what creature that is.
No.
But yeah, it's fun. Like they have the Jokersaurus and...
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
It's really stupid, but a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Yeah. I'm getting back into comics a little bit here and there.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely.
I like it. So... You're getting back into comics. Well, Cameron Diaz is out of retirement and getting back into the movies. Netflix is bringing Cameron Diaz out of retirement for a new film with Jamie Foxx. Cameron Diaz is set to star alongside Jamie Foxx in a new Netflix original film, officially ending Diaz's retirement. Foxx teased on the film. Title is Back in Action on his Twitter account. Diaz, let's see. containing an audio call between him and Diaz. Let's actually read this one. See if they. Oh, they don't even have it.
I heard the audio call. It was really stupid.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was Jamie Foxx calling.
It seemed way too staged.
Oh yeah, calling Diaz, hey, oh, ready to come back, or blah blah blah. And Cameron Diaz was like, "Well, I don't know. It's been a long time. Kind of nervous." So Jamie Foxx goes, "Well, let me bring on someone who might help," and they bring on Tom Brady.
Oh my!
He's like, "Well, it's the guy that retired and came back. I think I can help you, Cameron." Oh, thanks, Tom. Okay. I'm like, oh my god,
that is so.
It was so stupid.
Oh my hell! Diaz's last appearance was in 2014. Remake of Annie.
Yeah.
In which Fox was also starring in it. Let's see. The pair previously had roles together in the sports drama Any Given Sunday. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to listen to that clip there. Well, don't. Netflix currently has 74.58 million subscribers in the US and Canada, and about 222 million worldwide. The platform is reporting losses. Then they start talking about Netflix.
Yeah,
we'll get into that a little bit later here. But are you a huge Diaz fan, Cameron Diaz? She was all right. Although, as soon as I think of Cameron Diaz, I immediately think of that one underwear dancing scene in Charlie's
Angels. Sure. Shaking her ass in her underwear.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice. I remember seeing her for the first time in The Mask.
Yes.
When they first show her, and when she still had some meat on her bones. And I remember thinking as a kid, like, wow. This
smoking.
Yeah, exactly. This is making me a little uncomfortable.
Okay, so
why do I like this?
As her movies go, The Mask, Sex Tape, Charlie's Angels, The Other Mother, Bad Teacher, Night and Day. I thought that one was okay.
Night and Day wasn't bad.
Yeah. There's Something About Mary. That was pretty funny. Shrek, The Holiday, What Happens in Vegas, Annie, and The Sweetest Thing. Oh, okay, there's a couple other ones.
Yeah.
Ooh, I forgot. She was in Gangs in New York as well.
Yeah. Now that you're reading off that list, I've seen a lot of her films.
The Box. Yeah. Being John Malkovich. Oh, she was in The Green Hornet. I forgot about that. She probably gave up and retired after that. Like in 2011.
I would have.
Oh, nope. She did Gambit 2012.
So let's see.
Untouchables. Man, she's been in a lot of stuff.
If we go through her career here.
Yeah.
The Mask in 1994, that was her first movie.
Right.
The Last Supper, she was on Space Ghost Coast to Coast. She's the One, Feeling Minnesota, Head Above Water, Keys to Tulsa, My Best Friend's Wedding, A Life Less Ordinary, Friend Load in Las Vegas, Something About Very, Very, Very Bad Things, Welcome to Hollywood.
I did like My Sister's Keeper. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
She did a fantastic job with that.
That movie destroyed me.
Oh, yeah.
I was just a puddle after that. Man. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of her films. Looking at it now, I've seen the majority of her filmography. I just realized.
Head Above Water.
Yeah, What Happens in Vegas? I saw that. Sister Keeper. Yep. I've seen all the Shrek films, Gangs of New York, Minority Report. Yeah, I've seen all of those.
This was a short-lived retirement, though, right?
It's been since 2014. It's the last thing she's been in.
Saying Untouchable, 2019.
Really?
Yeah. Untouchable cast.
Maybe that wasn't
Cameron Diaz, yeah.
Was that an actual movie?
Well, a documentary.
Oh, it was a documentary. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but as far as filming goes, yeah. Okay.
She did a video short in 2020. But yeah, her actual last movie she was in was Annie of 2014.
And as far as Jamie Foxx goes, have you seen a lot of his films as well?
Django,
Ray, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Project Power, Annie, Spider-Man, No Way Home, Robin Hood, Baby Driver, Soul, White House Down, Collateral, Robin Hood, Ali. Yeah, I've seen a lot of his films as well.
I haven't. Just because I'm not a huge fan
Of his outside, like off camera.
not even that. I think he's a charming guy. It's just I've never found him compelling as an actor.
Did you watch Django?
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched Django. But that was more of because of the Quentin Tarantino of it.
Right.
And I love a good Western, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Obviously, I watched the Spider-Man films. Soul.
Yeah.
I watched Soul. That was pretty good. Didn't see Robin
That was more
Hood.
voice acting, huh?
Yeah. Baby Driver.
Right.
Baby Driver was good.
Oh, I thought it was fantastic. Did you know that if you actually watch Baby Driver with headphones, whenever he takes one of his headphones out, you can still hear the music in the other headphone?
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
They purposely did that, throughout the whole film.
Horrible Bosses 2, I saw that. Million Ways to Die in the West, I saw that. White House Down, I saw that.
Unfortunately.
First Horrible Bosses. So I've seen a few. I saw The Soloist, but that's just because Robert Downey Jr. was in it.
Right.
And I wanted to see him and stuff. Dreamgirls, I saw that. Stealth, I saw that. So I've seen a few. I never did watch Ali.
Really?
I never did see that. Mm-mm.
I really liked that one as far as Will Smith's performance.
Yeah. I never saw Toys either with Robin Williams. I never saw that. I always wanted to watch that. Never saw it. I think maybe In Living Color kind of spoiled him for me because he was always my least favorite cast member of In Living Color.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like his characters and sketches and stuff. So I think ever since then I was like, I've been lukewarm on Jamie Foxx.
So lukewarm on both of them? Or is Diaz going to have to carry this film? Who's carrying the film?
That's a good question.
Right?
Jamie Foxx probably has a bit more star power right now than Cameron Diaz does.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that'll be more his movie than hers. Again, just because he hasn't retired, so he's been more in the public consciousness than she has.
Right.
So.
True. That would be the only reason why.
Mm-hmm.
But if she knocks it out of the park and does a fantastic job, this could definitely spark another couple of years of Cameron Diaz.
Yeah. I've always liked Cameron Diaz. I think she's a good actress. So, the Friends creator, Marta Kaufman, has apologized now that it's 2022.
Yeah.
And the series ended back in 2004. Has apologized for the lack of diversity in Friends. And she's apologized with a $4 million apology. So Friends has long been criticized for its lack of diversity. But co-creator Marta Kaufman is finally ready to admit her failure with a $4 million apology. Kaufman, 65, initially struggled to grasp the difficult and frustrating criticisms of her television series, choosing to believe the successful show was being singled out, she told Los Angeles Times. But nearly 2 decades after the show wrapped, which is uber depressing, by the way, that's been almost 2 years, or 20 years, Kaufman has begun to see the error of her ways. She said, "I've learned a lot in the last 20 years, Kaufman said in a Zoom interview. Admitting and accepting guilt is not easy. It's painful looking at yourself in a mirror. I'm embarrassed that I didn't know better 25 years ago," the television writer said. The popular show, which ran from 94 to 2004, we know what featured what Friends is. But they do go out of their way to say group of 6 white, heterosexual best friends living in Greenwich Village, a famously gay neighborhood in New York, a historically diverse city. So they're in the gay capital of New York.
Yeah.
And New York, who has all kinds of races, and it's just white people. White people everywhere.
Wasn't the barista one of the guys
Mm-mm.
on the show, the bald dude? No?
No, he was very white. He
Well,
was very
I
white.
understand that he was like very white or whatever, but
Oh,
like,
being
wasn't
like gay?
he? Yeah.
No, he wasn't gay. He was obsessed with Rachel.
Was he?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's why he
Um,
like hired her initially. Yeah.
Obviously, he had Ross's ex, who was gay
Right.
and had a wife.
Mhm.
They eventually got married. That was actually really
Controversial for
Yeah,
the show, right?
very progressive of them at the time.
Yeah.
And they had, in their entire 10-season run, I can remember one black character.
Oh wow.
And it was Aisha Tyler in season 9, who played Ross's love interest. One.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think that this is a little bit too little, too late? And also, Netflix paid Friends like for the rights for them to
Mhm.
stream them $100 million.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, like,
She has more than $4 million, but in an attempt to redeem herself, Kaufman pledged $4 million to her alma mater, Brandeis University, to fund an endowment chair in the school's African and American Studies department, one of the oldest in the country.
yeah,
So she's like, "Oh, my bad. Here's money. Forget what happened."
yeah.
Yeah.
Does this tarnish the show Friends for you at all?
No.
Okay.
I've never been a fan of her,
Right.
Marta Kaufman. I think she's a little much. She's
Is
a little
she
overbearing.
okay? So is she kind of going the direction, like a different direction than what's her bucket? Harry Potter.
J.K. Rowling?
Yeah.
Yeah, because...
What, like, they're like bringing up stuff like after the fact and like trying, I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm
getting
sure
all
that
weird.
when they first created Friends, that she wasn't thinking, we're not going to have any black people in the show.
No.
Like, that's just what happened.
Right.
You know, like, I'm sure that was just kind of, mirroring her life, just a bunch of white friends hanging around, talking about life, relationships. Like, I'm sure it wasn't a conscious decision, but as the show went on, all of a sudden you get to season 6, 7, 8, 9, and
Where's
10.
the 2000s?
Yeah, and people
Yeah.
are like, where's the black people?
Where's the representation kind of a deal? Yeah.
And I'm sure she heard that, and at that point, maybe you should try to make an effort.
Mm-hmm.
But
it does have to fit within the story and the direction. You know what I mean? Like, it has to make sense in the story.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were like, I guarantee you, any celebrity of any race, like, wanted to be on Friends.
Oh, sure.
Everybody and their dog
Sure.
wanted to be on Friends. Like,
Yeah.
it was the #1 show. Like, you feel like this is going to start a trend with like other shows coming out and apologizing for not having a more diverse cast?
No, I wouldn't think so, because I think what she said about her show being singled out, I think that might be true. Because famously, that's the big criticism of Friends.
Yeah.
And Seinfeld, actually. I'm surprised they haven't gone after them yet.
Yeah.
They might. Is that it was just all white people.
Right.
But, I mean, again, okay, $4 million to this organization, that's great.
She'd only pledged it. Is that kind of like what's Johnny Depp's ex, where she said like, "Oh yeah, I promise that I'm going to give some money."
No, she'll give him the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. If she hasn't already. But at this point, because of this now, I think the best thing she could do is to do a complete 180 and to be a total champion for diversity in
Yeah.
film and television.
Yeah.
Like, spearhead that
Some sort of a
that
movement in
Yeah.
in television.
I think that's the best thing she could do.
Yeah.
Instead of just, here's $4 million, okay, bye.
If you were her PR department, like head of it or whatever, that's the direction that you'd go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Either keep what she was doing, which is not talking about it at all, just go away and not say anything. Or go complete opposite and...
But I feel like that would be a missed opportunity if she didn't, like you said, go this direction.
Yeah. But I mean,
Just deal with the
she
criticism.
could have.
No, yeah, she could have, for sure.
She's got millions and millions of dollars. She could easily just, just go away and like what she was doing and not mention it and
Mm-hmm.
live her life. But
Yeah. especially if she wants to work in television.
Yeah,
And like if she wants to continue doing this kind of stuff, she's got to get with the times for sure.
Exactly.
Do you think that this is like this could potentially be well? So say she does do this, and she's kind of in the news for a little bit, and then she's just like, "Hey, I'm coming out with this like new project or whatever from the creator or friends." Dude, that's going to carry a lot of weight.
Sure.
Yeah, as far as shows go, and then if she were to like introduce a diverse cast or whatever projects that she works on, like I feel like that could go a long ways.
But even then, she might still face criticism because people then would go, "Oh, now you're just doing diversity just to do diversity because you did it in Friends, so you're doing it now."
You can't really win.
You can't.
No. So did she handle it like in an okay way?
I think she handled it at the end of the day. She handled it probably the best way she could.
Yeah.
Which is, helping forward this African American study, this wing of her college. Best thing she could do at the time, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
Which it just feels like she's just throwing money at the problem and like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
Forget this ever happened. Bye. Just kind of.
Okay, I addressed it. I threw money. Like,
exactly. Exactly.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Huh. So we're both occasionally we have a guilty pleasure where we like watching some of these reality stupid shows.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Every once in a while, it's nice to be able to watch a show where you just turn off your brain and just kind of like.
Yeah. Ink Master, The Circle.
Yeah. So every Survivor and Big Brother star cast in a new show called Snake Pit.
Okay.
Or excuse me, Snake in the Grass.
Okay.
The new USA Network reality competition, Snake in the Grass, features stars from Survivor and Big Brother as they compete for a $100,000 prize. So here they'll be competing in these different like challenges, similar to like Survivor. And you've got one person in the group that is going to be a snake in the grass and is going to be kind of like sabotaging these different things.
Remember back in the day, they had it was like early 2000s, that reality competition show called The Mole.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
This sounds like pretty much the same thing.
It really does. So they're going to be taking these people that we've already seen, some of the fan favorites, and having them compete. And if those people can figure out who the snake in the grass is, if they can figure out who that person is, then they split up the $100,000 prize. But if they don't, then that person, the snake in the grass or the mole, they walk home.
They'll get the money.
They get the $100,000.
Interesting. Okay.
It does seem like it does have some potential. They're gonna have to do some crazy over the top like stunts. Yeah, I guess they would have to keep it safe at the same time, but this has potential. I think it'll actually do all right because they've already seen these people and they're fan favorites.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't even see this part in the paragraph. Described as a cross between Survivor and The Mole.
Yeah.
By EW. Oh, okay. I didn't even notice that. That's funny.
Did you just happen to remember that show?
Yeah.
So it's going to be coming out this August, so not too long to wait.
Compete in a series of grueling and mind-twisting challenges from retrieving game prizes suspended on high wires over a 500-foot canyon to scaling the face of a cliff to solve puzzles. Huh. Interesting. Okay.
Think you'll watch? Perhaps? Yeah.
I might check it out.
All right.
Could be interesting. Like I said, I occasionally I watch the occasional trash television shows. So.
Yeah.
But something that was not trash. Back in April, Sony had a busy day at CinemaCon, among many other announcements, including a glimpse at Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and to reveal the new Sony Marvel spin-off, El Muerto, which... If you did Morbius and it failed, why are you doing Anyway, Sony had exciting news for two other franchises, Venom and Ghostbusters. We didn't get much for Ghostbusters 5 at the time. Sony does have a tease, but now thanks to The Hollywood Reporter, we know that Ghostbusters 5, or 4.
Yeah.
I think of it as Ghostbusters 4. Will arrive just in time for Christmas next year on December 20th, 2023. So just next year it's coming out.
That's awesome.
Super excited.
I'm glad they didn't wait. They could have
Yeah, me
waited a
too.
couple of years, but it would have been a misstep for
Then
sure.
the kids would have been all old and awkward and gangly like the Stranger Things kids are now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad to move forward with it. Because I saw that movie 4 times in the theaters.
Really?
4 or 5.
I think I saw it twice. I had to catch it one more time at least while it was in theaters.
It was just one of those shows where it was just like a warm, nostalgic blanket.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah, you just go and watch and feel good.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. But yeah, just Christmas of next year, Ghostbusters 5.
We won't have to wait that long.
Nope. I guess I guess the cast is coming back.
Yeah.
Not the OGs,
cast.
but
Right.
the one from this last film. I
Yeah.
guess they should all be coming back. So
I don't know what direction they're gonna go with it.
me neither.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Which is could be good, could be bad, could be setting up because they're all about those 3 films. It could be setting up another one. So this would be an opportunity for them to create a big bad, and then introduce them in this one, and then fight them in the next.
Yeah. Let's leave Gozer alone.
Right.
I think that's done. So please, let's end the Gozer thing.
Yeah.
And let's move on to something else.
Do you think they will pay homage to the second one?
I certainly hope not.
I hope they steer clear away from it.
I really hope they don't. I don't want to see ooze.
No.
I don't want to see paintings coming to life.
No.
For God's sake, leave that one alone.
Right.
Yeah. Jason Reitman, who obviously directed the last one, said that we will see, quote, the next chapter in the Spangler family story.
Okay.
He also said the last time we saw Ecto-1, it was driving back into Manhattan, the home of the Ghostbusters. That's where our story begins. The code name is Firehouse. It's the code name of the movie.
They're going to be starting up the Ghostbusters again.
That could be.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's pretty cool. It'd be
I'm
like
excited, man.
where this one was set kind of in a podunk small town or whatever. This one's going to be set in a large city.
Going back to Manhattan.
We're going to be seeing bigger ghosts, bigger destruction, all that jazz. Yeah.
As long as Jason Reitman keeps doing it, because his dad created Ghostbusters with Dan Aykroyd and them. So as long as he keeps doing it,
it's in good hands.
Yeah, it's in good hands. Keep cranking them out.
Mm-hmm. Not the ooze, the films.
No, that was me when I was 13. Constantly just cranking out the ooze.
To the Ghostbuster theme song. Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters!
Just before you climax, that's like your catchphrase.
Yeah. That's what I say.
Ghostbusters!
Yeah. When I'm with the GF, that's what I'm saying. Who you gonna call? Who you gonna call?
Yeah, that's right. She's like, Ghostbusters?
No, can you stop? Can you not? Can you not be a fucking nerd for like 2 seconds?
Shit.
It's all you, man.
With what?
With oh, I'm sorry. We're doing that in DLC.
Yeah.
My bad. That's right, because we already did that one. Okay. Yeah, no, you're right. I got my order a little mixed up. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
By the way, Marta Kaufman, her net worth?
Yeah.
$400 million.
Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my hell. So 1%
Uh-huh.
of her net worth.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
$400 million.
Yeah.
And she was like, $4 million.
There you
I found that in the couch.
go.
I made that $4 million. I literally made that just last week. So
By the way, I wiped my ass with it first.
yeah, so there you go. I spat on it first. It's all yours. Yeah,
Interesting.
$400 million. Wow. All right, let's get to our Revs and Rex.
This weekend.
Geek.
I saw you there. Yeah.
I try to keep it on brand.
Yeah.
So since we last spoke, saw a couple movies.
Yes.
Um,
I'm really curious about this review.
yeah, Elvis. I saw Elvis. Now, so hang on, I'm just pulling it up here. So Elvis obviously is the story of Elvis. It's kind of a biopic. It's a very stylized biopic. So the story is Tom Hanks plays this guy named Colonel Tom Parker.
I knew you'd start with Tom Hanks.
Of course.
Like it reminded me, this movie, not gonna lie, it reminded me a lot of That Thing You Do.
Kind of.
Okay.
Except if Mr. White from That Thing You Do was a really skeevy, horrible piece of garbage
Okay.
as Colonel Tom Parker. But basically, yeah, this whole story is basically told through the eyes of Tom Hanks' character. That's why I started with him.
Okay.
So Colonel Tom Parker, he's this carny guy. He with a shady past that learns that there's this guy named Elvis Presley, who's just a few towns over, who's making waves, and he's always looking for the next big thing.
Right.
Tom Parker.
Yeah.
And there's this guy who's playing soul music, or quote unquote Negro music.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the 50s.
Yeah.
Anyway. And they were saying, oh, that'll never fly in America. No person playing that type of music will ever get big. It's like, no, this is a white guy. And so Tom Parker's like, oh, I gotta go check this guy out. And so they end up forming a friendship, and then Tom ends up being Elvis's manager. And you kind of get the story of Elvis's career, essentially, his rise to superstardom. And as much as I love Tom Hanks, and I do, I love Tom Hanks.
Yes.
It takes a minute to get used to what he's doing.
Really?
Because the accent is really weird. He's in a fat suit and in prosthetics.
Does it work?
It does work.
Okay.
But like everything in this movie, it takes a while to get into because the director is Baz Luhrmann. Now, if you know anything about Baz Luhrmann, he's very stylistic as a director.
Yeah.
He likes spectacle. He likes sound. He likes putting all kinds of things on the screen. So it takes a minute to get into. But once you do, it's electrifying.
Oh, yeah. Great Gatsby, William Shakespeare.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
He loves just throwing all kinds of stuff on the screen. He loves yeah. Anyway, like I said, as much as I love Tom Hanks, the one to watch, the one who steals every scene he's in, is Austin Butler's Elvis.
Really?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
This guy is a star in the making. I'm telling you. He hasn't done much lately up until this point, but I can't wait to see the next thing he does, because he captures the spirit of Elvis so perfectly that I was talking to my brother about this. I could not take my eyes off this kid whenever he was on screen.
Really?
Yeah, he's so electrifying. He's so magnetic in this performance. You just can't help but look at him. And he's got the voice down. He's got the dancing down. He's got Elvis's personality, where yes, he was a big star, but at the same time, he was still a very shy person, more of a bashful guy.
Yeah.
You never got the feeling he was super comfortable with being ultra famous. And he plays that perfectly. And like I said, I can't wait to see what he does
Right.
next. So the movie stars Austin Butler as Elvis, Tom Hanks as Tom Parker, Darcy Montgomery, who was in Stranger Things, as Steve Binder. Was he in? He must have been in the band. Anyway. See anybody else you might know? Mason. Not really.
Yeah. I don't know many.
Yeah. Well, when I say you, I'm kind of like the
Right.
royal you.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So stars a bunch of other people you've never heard of. But if you are a fan of Elvis, if you're a fan of his music, if you're a fan of the 50s culture, like I am, go see this movie.
Okay.
And go see it in the theaters.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, you can watch it on Redbox or streaming and it'll be fine, but you gotta see the spectacle. Like, Baz Luhrmann made this film to see it in a theater. It's that big.
Similar to, like, Queen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is better than Queen.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Bohemian Rhapsody. This is a lot better.
I thought that movie was fantastic.
It is.
I wasn't a huge fan of the Elton John one, though.
I never saw that one.
Okay. Yeah.
Somehow I missed that one. But I think, and that's just because it all goes back to the director.
Right.
He captures the spirit of the time and the spirit of Elvis just perfectly. Now, it is a biopic, so there are some, like, you do move through his life very quickly, and they kind of hit the highlights.
Okay.
Which, I wish... I'm not always a big fan when biopics do that, but you kind of have to. But yeah, performances are great, directing's great. Everything is it just hits with this movie. I don't know how well it's done, but for me, it's one of the better films I've seen this year. So out of 5 guitars,
Yes.
I'm hard pressed not to give it 4.5.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
4 for the movie,
Yeah.
but the other half point for Austin Butler's performance.
Okay.
Yeah, 4.5 for Elvis.
What stopped you from a 5? Seeing skeevy Tom Hanks?
No, I like skeevy Tom Hanks. No, that's the thing. You hate that character.
Right.
Which is, it's hard to make you hate Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
But you hate that character by the end. But no, what stopped me from 5 is it takes you about a half hour to get used to what this movie is.
Okay.
Because it starts and never stops.
Yeah.
So you got to get used to that. But that's the only thing.
Okay.
But a film that we both saw,
Yes.
The Black Phone. I'm curious what you thought of this movie.
They kind of, as far as like the teaser trailers and everything, and they pitched it more as like a horror film. I felt like it was more of a suspense thriller.
It's more of a thriller. Yes.
It was so basically, Finn and his sister Gwen. This takes place in, I believe, 1979, and
I think so. Yeah.
it's during that whole kidnapping milk carton era, right? And
yeah, the kidnapping, serial killer.
watch out, stay indoors, protect your children. It takes place kind of during that time in that small of like a town, and a lot of his even people really close to him are getting taken by this killer. And the police and the FBI, they don't really have like a direction. The only kind of like clues that they have are his sister. She's kind of like, I don't want to give too much away though at the same time, but she can kind of like see glimpses of things. Her dreams have meanings.
Yeah.
So eventually, Finn, he gets captured himself, and while down in this like dungeon, he is like, this phone keeps going off, and he keeps getting calls from kids that were already abducted before him.
Yeah, from his other victims.
Yeah.
Which I thought was such a cool premise.
Oh, absolutely. Because he hears the ringing too.
Yeah.
You know he does.
Yeah.
But like he never hears anything else on the other end.
Yeah.
And the way that they like kind of introduced that phone, the phone felt like a character itself, right?
It did.
It was definitely alive for sure. I thought like I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Ethan Hawke, dude, that guy was creepy as all hell.
He was
Especially
really creepy.
when he was watching him sleep, and he's just like he's got a couple of different masks. You think it's just like the one that you see there, but he's also got this one where it kind of covers his mouth, and you're not sure what he's up to, and it's yeah.
The other thing I liked about it is you get a backstory of Ethan Hawke's character without them ever talking about it.
No, yeah.
Because he said the last time that phone rang is when I was down here, when I was living this.
Right.
Because you get the feeling that was his childhood home.
Absolutely, yeah.
And maybe his father was abusive and put him down there. And you just get that from context. Like, they don't ever spell it out.
They did a fantastic job with the suspense.
Yes.
When that kid's like, he's trying to throw that rope around the thing, and he's like climbing up on it, and like you're just hearing this like eerie music, and you're wondering that fucking door is gonna open at any second.
Yep.
Like, he's not. How is he like, and when he's like trying to dig a hole or trying to escape or all these different things, like, yeah, it was very suspenseful.
Yeah.
Like, not horror scary, but it was suspenseful.
Suspenseful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's... I wouldn't call it, like you were saying, I wouldn't call it a horror movie.
This is made by Blumhouse, though. I didn't realize that.
It is.
Yeah.
And it was from a short story written by Joe Hill.
Who's Stephen King's son. Or Stephen King... Yeah,
his
Stephen
son.
King's son.
I'm surprised you know that.
Of course I do,
It's
dude.
interesting.
I have the whole Lock and Key series.
Well, you should be like, oh, well, of course I know these people. They're famous actors. You have no idea who they are.
No. Yeah.
So you got to give me some.
Yeah, true. I actually have about like 5 or 6. Okay, I have the Lock and Key series, but I also have quite a few other projects by Joe Hill.
Right.
I've been following his career for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, fair
He's
enough.
one individual I would love to meet.
All right. That's cool. But yeah, and the other thing is,
I did kind of word that like, of course, like, why would you think otherwise?
Yeah. Why, the last 8 years, that's how I thought that. That's why I thought that. But, I mean, it's a very also, it's not a big film.
No.
The whole film takes place, or at least the majority of it, in this cellar with this kid.
Right. And you kind of like, you look forward to a phone call.
You do.
But then at the same time, you don't, because he's going to be visited by the, like, I thought they did a fantastic job of how they introduced like these other kids, and like their voices sound muffled, like it was coming through the phone, even though they're
standing right there,
beside him. Yeah.
It was a really cool way to do it.
Yeah.
The way they depicted the spirits, I really haven't seen that, because they were there. You were kind of seeing how they were there, but Finney couldn't see them.
Right. Yeah.
But, so you kind of got from their point of view how they were just kind of standing next to him and talking to him and trying to help him.
And for the most part, in these other films, like, like The Orphanage or some of these other ones where you see like little children ghosts, or even The Sixth Sense, they're not doing much talking.
Right.
They're not like interacting with the main character. They're more so just kind of like they'll point or they'll do, you know what I mean?
Like a jump scare.
Yeah. But and like say one line or something or one word. But no, these spirits definitely do help, but they don't know. Like, it was also interesting because they didn't know who they were.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of like interesting that they had to like relearn who they were, but they knew that they were there to help this kid.
But it seemed like the longer they were dead, the less memory they had.
Right.
Because his karate friend, who was the most recent victim, it seemed like he had quite a bit of hhis memory still.
Right. Yeah.
Because he was saying, like, remember when I told you this, remember when I told you that, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so, I don't know, this film introduces a lot of really interesting concepts that we haven't really seen.
Yeah.
As far as, like, there are ghosts around in this type of movie.
Well, for sure.
And you have Ethan Hawke, but you never see his full face.
No.
The entire film.
The dude's pretty damn creepy,
Yeah.
even when he's like sleeping.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
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 Like, hurry, put in the fucking numbers. Go,
Yeah.
get the hell out of the house.
and you kept like the camera kept like focusing in on him behind him.
Yeah.
You're like, is he awake? Is he awake? Like, shit, shit!
hurry,
Run,
hurry!
Yeah.
They handled that really well. The area in which I felt like they kind of failed, the whole abusive father. Like,
Yeah, that didn't need to be there.
no, well, that also, I felt like, because his kids weren't there, and then they actually, like, saw, like, helped, or whatever, like, and he cries,
All of a sudden,
we're supposed to fucking forgive this dude?
Yeah.
No, screw him,
Yeah,
he's an asshole, like, yeah.
But I think that's a very Stephen King-y thing to do. It's like, oh, you have this asshole this whole time, and he tries to redeem himself. At the same time, you're like, no, this guy was a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
No, next time he gets drunk, he's probably going to hit these kids again.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Now, fuck this guy.
Mm-hmm. That was the only area where I was just like, okay.
I also think...
Oh, also the whole dance move. Practicing the dance move.
Oh, yeah. With the phone.
I thought that was a little cheesy.
A little cheesy.
Jump back. Do this. Jump.
Yeah. Because he really didn't even end up doing that.
Kind of did. Where he was in the pit or whatever. Like, he kind of
he
faked him out. But,
yeah, that's true. He did beat him with the phone, but
the whole dance move, they really didn't focus on that. Yeah.
And I also thought the girl having the dreams, I thought that was... I understood why they did it.
Mm-hmm. And I liked that they connected it, especially with the other, like, messed up kid.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it was cool to see it from both perspectives.
Yeah.
Like, how they intertwined it. I thought they did an alright job with that.
But I thought that's a very Stephen King thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's this weird kid that's having these dreams that are coming true, and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
The apple didn't fall far from the tree.
No.
As far
Nope.
But I do like that he doesn't go by, that pseudonym, or, like, King as his last name, right?
Yeah.
That'd be too easy.
Yeah.
And then we'd probably hate him, like Jada Smith.
Right, exactly. Exactly. But yeah, it's a good little film. It may not do a lot while it's in the theaters, but I think this is the type of film that would do really good on like Netflix or streaming or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do get a chance to see it, I highly recommend it.
Oh, same. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I thought there were some like eerie parts, and it definitely had its moments.
So out of 5
black balloons.
Okay, I was gonna say 5 dead kids, but yeah. 5 black balloons will work.
I think I'm at a solid 3. Yeah. I enjoyed it. I liked it a little bit better than like average.
Yeah. I think I'm at a 3 too, just because they were, like I said, they were doing things in this film that we haven't really seen before.
Right.
And I liked that.
Same.
I like when a movie like this, it's a killer that kidnapped kids. Okay, we've seen this a lot.
You think it's by the numbers, but then they do interesting things with it. They make it their own for sure.
Yeah. So let's see. Where are we at? This is gonna be a big episode. That's fine. So The Bear.
Yes. This is a TV show on Netflix. If you're a fan of Shameless, it's like basically like Shameless meets The Chef.
Interesting. Okay.
You've got this brother that he is. He has like you've got a couple of brothers, and his older brother is kind of a messed up dude, but he starts this diner. He's got his demons like everybody does.
Mm-hmm.
Ends up killing himself. His younger brother, who is always like pestered and bugged and like wasn't allowed to join in the family business, decides to go on to become this world-renowned chef. And so he gets pulled back into this diner life, and he wants to like, as a way to say like, fuck you, but also like, see, like, I hope I made you proud. he goes back to this diner, and it's very New York, New Jersey-esque, because you've already got the cousin that he was trying to keep it afloat, but it's drowning. The brothers had to take like some loan out for this, like $300,000, so they're trying to repay that. It's very Shameless-esque, but it kind of works. I actually, like, I ended up binge watching this one. I was waiting. It was in that limbo period between, like, Stranger Things. And I'm like, I need something new, something different to watch. And this one kind of scratched that itch. They do make some really cool dishes. And he could have just stuck with, like, the family recipe of spaghetti. But he didn't, and I feel like they actually did a really good job as far as like showcasing chefs and their talents, like similar to what they did with like the movie The Chef, where they actually like chopped, and they seemed like they'd been in the business for a while. You know, they weren't like new to this.
Sure.
So he tries to do his own thing. Like he's getting a lot of pushback from the people that are already working there, but at the same time he's also giving them a lot of like freedoms and stuff, but he does get pretty angry at them from time to time, and they get like pissed off at him. So there's a lot of give and take, but I thought they like did a fantastic job. It was nice to see the actor Lip, I can't think of his name. Yeah, now see like from knowing who Joe Hill was to not knowing this kid.
Yeah, see?
Jeremy Allen White.
Okay.
It was a nice change up for him, and it's good to see him in other stuff. He plays very much so the same character, though, so it's not like it's a huge stretch for him. But if you enjoyed Chef and you like to see some family drama and some funny moments, like, this is worth checking out. The one thing, like, I probably would give it a little bit higher of a score than I did, but Jeremy White's character, he has these moments where he like completely like blanks out, and he just like he'll be cooking something and he gets PTSD from working from this like world-renowned chef and working at this high-end chefs, they are mean to each other a lot of the time.
Chefs suck.
It's pretty cutthroat.
Yeah. Like you think Chef Ramsay is like this outlier,
this complete dick, and nobody's like that. That's pretty accurate.
That's pretty normal.
Yeah, so he has a lot of PTSD from that, so he'll be cooking something, and all of a sudden, like, his shit will start burning, and, almost burn down the house kind of a deal. And so I didn't think that was necessary, but out of 5 cans of tomatoes, I am going to give this one I think I'm at a 2.5. Like, take it or leave it. It was decent. It had, like, there are some really good characters in the mix.
Okay.
But, yeah, it was alright.
Alright. FX is doing some interesting things, because I've been hearing a lot from the series The Old Man.
Yeah.
With Jeff Bridges.
Oh, same here.
I've been hearing a lot of critical
accolades.
Yeah, accolades for that. And they got this one, and
there's this one. Didn't they also do the other one with Spider-Man? Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, Under the Banner of Heaven.
Yeah, wasn't that also FX?
Yeah, it was.
They're pumping out some really good stuff on Hulu. Like, FX is, yeah.
All right, don't sleep on FX.
No. I'm adding this as we speak. The Old Man, I'm going to add it.
So I do have a couple recommendations, but I think I'll save that for the DLC.
Okay.
And we'll do it there. So, for now, let's wrap this puppy up. So, here's where you can listen to us. You can hear all our episodes, plus our bonus DLC episodes at patreon.com/WorldWarG.
Or you can listen to just the episodes on worldwarg.podbeam.com or wherever you download your podcasts.
If you'd like to follow us on social media, you can find us at facebook.com/WorldWarG podcasts. If you'd like to purchase our merchandise or purchase some merch, you can head to worldwarg.myspreadshop.com.
Troy's got up some new great designs there.
I do.
Also, if you'd like to show your support for the podcast, the best way to do so is to rate, review, and share us.
Yeah, the last review we got was over a year ago, and that was from the GF, so
yeah.
We could use a few more. I mean, granted, every review we got has been 5 stars.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, This has been World War G. That has been AJ.
That has been Troy.
Stay geeky, my friends.
Sebastian the intern checked the audio, and the episode is good to go.